Hi there, I'm Jen Kitzmiller with the National Weather Service in Missoula, and I have your planning briefing recorded on Sunday, March 6th. Here's a summary of our key points for this week. We do have an active first part of this week, Monday into Tuesday in particular, when we are expecting an Arctic cold front passage. Frigid temperatures will linger behind that cold front Wednesday into Thursday with a slow warm up to follow, and then another potential round of precipitation by weekend. So just a summary of some of the impacts that we're expecting with this Arctic front. The first is ahead of the Arctic front, we're looking at snowfall. That'll be starting as early as Monday evening across northwest Montana and then filling in across the rest of west central Montana and north central Idaho Monday night into Tuesday. With the Arctic front, that's the period where we could see the most intense impacts of this system with a combination of brief heavy snow, blowing snow, winds gusting up to 45 miles per hour, rapidly dropping temperatures, and the potential for a freeze up of roadways. That's mainly going to be occurring late Monday night into Tuesday. And then behind the Arctic front, the snowfall will decrease, but then we'll be left with continued wind, blowing snow, and some frigid wind chills. So looking at the timing of the Arctic front, you'll see the front represented here by this blue line with the triangles. That front should start crossing the divide from central Montana and areas like Marias Pass, West Glacier, possibly even to Kalispell Monday night between 8 p.m. and midnight. Then the front will slowly sag south and west overnight. So by Tuesday early morning, 1 a.m. to 5 a.m., it should cross areas such as McDonald Pass through much of Powell County, should be sitting just off to the east of Missoula. And this time frame in particular could be troublesome for areas along the divide, McDonald Pass, southwest Montana, where the combination of the snow and the rapid drop in temperature could lead to a freeze up of some roadways. So this kind of area that I'm circling right now is an area in particular that we're watching closely for potential higher end impacts. Then as we get into Tuesday morning, this is that 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. time frame, the front should pass through Missoula and generally be sitting along the I-90 corridor of western Montana all the way from Lookout Pass through Roughly Butte. It looks like the front will then kind of stall there through the afternoon on Tuesday before making a final push Tuesday evening into Tuesday night through the rest of north central Idaho and Lemhi County. So as far as snowfall amounts that are expected with this system, I'm going to be showing you probability of different snowfall amount graphics. These are all 48-hour snowfall totals ending Wednesday afternoon. So this would encompass Monday evening through Wednesday afternoon. But I will say for most areas, snowfall should be generally ending by Wednesday morning. In any case, you'll see pretty much all of western Montana and north central Idaho is expected to see 1 inch of snow with high probabilities of basically 80 to 100% everywhere. As we step up to the probability of seeing 2 inches of snowfall, you'll start to see those probabilities decrease across northwest Montana, which makes sense with the Arctic front getting in a little faster. It should decrease in those snowfall totals a little bit earlier. So the areas such as Kalispell only has about a 50% chance of seeing greater than 2 inches, and that extends all along this Highway 93 corridor. Areas south of there and into central Idaho and southwest Montana still have pretty high probabilities of seeing at least 2 inches, including the Missoula area, which has about an 80% chance of 2 inches or more. As we step up to the probability of 4 inches, you'll see this is where things really start to decrease, especially for valleys of western Montana. Missoula's down to only about a 37% chance of seeing more than 4 inches, but still pretty high probabilities as we look across southwest Montana. So those higher valleys such as Butte still has about a 60% chance of seeing 4 inches. Certainly the passes along the divide here, McDonald Pass, Homestake Pass, Lost Trail Pass, and then over into central Idaho, where we probably have a greater threat of seeing some heavier snowfall amounts, just because it does take the front longer to get through there. So areas such as the Highway 12 corridor from Lolo Pass down to Lowell, Grangeville, all have relatively high probabilities of seeing at least 4 inches. And then if we look at the probability of seeing 6 inches or more, that's really focused into the higher terrain of central Idaho. So areas like Elk City and Dixie have pretty high probabilities, around 70 to 80% of seeing more than 6 inches. I'm going to step through some timing and precipitation graphics. Feel free to pause if you want to look at any of these in a little more detail. I'm going to move through them relatively quickly. Here's Marias Pass, Kalispell, Libby, Lookout Pass, Thompson Falls, Polson, Missoula, McDonald Pass, Butte, Phillipsburg, Lolo Pass, Orofino, Grangeville, Elk City, Lost Trail Pass, Salmon. So as I mentioned, snowfall will largely end by Wednesday morning and be replaced by much colder temperatures. The graphic here on the left is showing high temperatures for Wednesday afternoon, and the graphic on the right is showing low temperatures Thursday morning. You'll see across western Montana, many areas will struggle to get out of the teens to 20s, whereas Idaho will largely see temperatures in the 20s to just below freezing for high temperatures. There may still be a little wind in this time frame, so some cold wind chills will be in play as well during the day Wednesday. As we get to Thursday morning, winds should largely decrease, but that will be replaced by very cold temperatures. Much of western Montana will be seeing single digits to below zero temperatures. Our coldest temperatures are expected near the divide. Those typical areas such as Butte could be as cold as 16 degrees below zero. And then through central Idaho, we'll be looking at low teens for low temperatures. And here's just another way at looking at that. This is the probability of below zero temperatures Thursday morning. Again, those same areas are highlighted along the Continental Divide. Butte, 100% chance of seeing below zero temperatures Thursday morning. You'll see those chances really decrease the further west you go, and by the time you get to far northwest Montana and central Idaho, the probability of seeing below zero temperatures is pretty low. Here's the 6 to 10-day temperature outlook. Again, the probability of seeing below normal temperatures is slightly favored through this time frame. And we also have in that same time above normal chances of precipitation. And as I mentioned, it does look like there will be another storm system that moves in by next weekend. And that one could have potential to bring in another round of wintry conditions and possibly even some mixed precipitation and freezing rain. Here's our weather threat matrix, really highlighting that Tuesday time frame. That's when we think most of the impacts will be occurring due to that Arctic front moving through. And then behind it, mainly just dealing with cold and some wind chills. That's all I have for today. Feel free to give us a call with any questions, and we will do another recorded briefing on Thursday. Thanks and have a great day.